As the dawn broke over the ancient city of Mesopotamia, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson, the children gathered once more around Nergal. The air was alive with the promise of a new chapter in the tale of Enlil and Susin. Nergal, with a knowing smile, began. Today we explore the words of love, the silent yet powerful impact of Enlil and Susin's secret writings upon the hearts of their people. Misharu, his curiosity like a burning flame, asked, "Father, what kind of stories did they write? Were they like the legends we know?" "They were, and yet they were not," Nergal replied. Their stories and poems were woven with the threads of their own experiences, yet they resonated with universal themes of love, sacrifice, and hope. Much like the epic of Era and Ishum, where chaos and peace dance in an eternal struggle, their tales spoke of the complexities of the heart. Mamitu, her eyes reflecting the morning light, inquired, "How did the people of Mesopotamia react to these mysterious writings?" "Their reaction was like the first rain after a long summer," Nergal said. "The words quenched a thirst they hadn't known they had. The tales of love and perseverance brought comfort and inspiration to many, especially to those who faced their own trials of the heart." Lamu, his young mind intrigued, asked, "Did anyone suspect that the king and the nun were the authors?" "Some may have guessed, but the true origins of the tales remained a well-kept secret," Nergal explained. "The mystery only added to the allure of the words, much like the legend of Anzu, where the mystery of the stolen tablet held the power of the gods." Enkimdu, his imagination alight, wondered, "What were these stories like, Nergal? Can you tell us one?" Nergal nodded. One tale spoke of a gardener and a star. Each night, the gardener would look up at the star and pour his heart out, sharing his dreams and fears. The star, though silent, listened and shone brighter each night. It was a metaphor for their love, Susin, the star, guiding and watching over Enlil, the gardener, tending to the garden of their affection. Nana, always seeking depth, noted, "It's beautiful how they turned their love into stories that touched others' lives." "Indeed," Nergal agreed. "Their love, though hidden, became a lantern in the dark for many." Another tale told of a river and the wind. The river, always flowing and strong, carried the whispers of the wind to faraway lands, symbolizing how their secret messages kept their love alive. Misharu, moved by the imagery, said, "Their love was not just their own, but became a part of everyone's life in Mesopotamia." "Exactly," Nergal said, "and it was in these expressions that Enlil and Susin found a new depth to their relationship. The act of creating and sharing these tales brought them even closer, binding them in a shared purpose." As the morning sun climbed higher, Nergal described how one particular poem became beloved in the city. It spoke of two lovers, separated by destiny, yet united in the world of dreams. This poem, cherished by many, became a symbol of enduring love against all odds. Mamitu, her heart full of the story, asked, "Father, did Enlil and Susin ever reveal themselves as the authors?" Nergal shook his head. They chose to remain anonymous, believing that the mystery lent a universal appeal to their tales. Their stories and poems were for everyone, a gift to those who believed in the power of love. Lamu, his young heart touched by their legacy, said, "They turned their love into a legend." "Indeed," Nergal affirmed, "and so their words of love, like the timeless tales of our ancestors, became etched in the hearts of the people. Their secret bond, expressed through these tales, became a beacon of hope and inspiration, a testament to the enduring power of love." As the children absorbed the story, their hearts were filled with the magic of Enlil and Susin's love. The tales of the gardener and the star, the river and the wind, and the lovers in the world of dreams became a part of their own understanding of love and life. Nergal, seeing the impact of the story, concluded, And with that, we end the words of love, a chapter where silent affections spoke louder than the mightiest of roars. Tomorrow, we will embark on a new journey in their tale, exploring the paths their love took as it continued to defy the odds. Under the Mesopotamian sun, the children carried with them the stories of Enlil and Susin, a reminder that love, in all its forms, is the most powerful story of all. In their hearts, they held the hope that love, like the tales of old, could withstand the test of time and become a light for all to follow. As the evening breeze caressed the ancient city of Mesopotamia, the children, eager for more, gathered once again around Nergal. The twilight sky, a canvas of purples and oranges, set the stage for the continuation of their beloved tale. Nergal, with the wisdom of a seasoned storyteller, resumed. The impact of Enlil and Susin's writings was profound, akin to the legendary tale of Adad and Shala, whose love brought forth rain and harvest. Their words nurtured the hearts of their people, much like the gods nurtured the land. Misharu, his eyes reflecting the fire's glow, asked, "Did their stories change anything in the city, Father?" "Indeed they did," Nergal replied. "The tales sparked a renaissance of sorts in Mesopotamia. People began to value the power of love and words more deeply. Artisans, poets, and musicians found new inspiration, much like the legendary Enheduanna, whose hymns to Inanna are still remembered." Mamitu, her imagination kindled by the thought, inquired, "Were there any particular stories that stood out to the people?" "One story that captured many hearts was that of a potter," Nergal said. The potter, a humble man, crafted a vase, infusing each curve and line with his love for a distant maiden. The vase, though silent, spoke volumes of his unspoken love, mirroring how Enlil and Susin embedded their emotions in their creations. Lamu, his young mind intrigued, asked, "Did Enlil and Susin ever meet the people who read their stories?" "They did not reveal themselves," Nergal explained. "But they often walked among the people, listening to their reactions and feeling a sense of fulfillment as they saw the impact of their words." Enkimdu, his heart moved by their devotion, wondered, "How did all this affect their relationship, Nergal?" "Their bond grew stronger," Nergal narrated. "Each shared creation was a thread added to the tapestry of their love. Like the epic of Naram Sin, who faced great challenges but found strength in unity, Enlil and Susin found that their shared endeavors brought them even closer together." Nana, always keen for more, probed, "What other challenges did they face, Nergal?" "Their greatest challenge was yet to come," Nergal said, his tone turning somber. A neighboring kingdom threatened war, and Susin had to focus on the safety of his realm. It was a time of uncertainty and fear, mirroring the struggles faced by Gilgamesh in his quest. Misharu, his thoughts deep in the tale, said, "Their love must have been a solace during such times." "It was," Nergal agreed. In the face of adversity, they found refuge in their secret bond. Their writings became more poignant, reflecting the trials they faced. One poem spoke of a lone tree standing firm against a raging storm, a metaphor for their steadfast love amidst the chaos of the world. As the night deepened, Nergal described how, in the midst of these tumultuous times, Enlil and Susin's writings took on a new level of depth and intensity. Their words became a beacon of hope, not only for themselves but for all who faced darkness and sought light. Mamitu, her heart full of the story, asked, "Father, did their love ever come to light? Did the people ever learn who was behind these writings?" Nergal smiled gently. "Some mysteries are best left unsolved. Their identities remained hidden, but their legacy lived on. The stories and poems became part of Mesopotamian folklore, treasured and passed down through generations." Lamu, his young heart touched by their legacy, said, "They turned their love into a legend." "Indeed," Nergal affirmed. "Their secret love, expressed through the words of love, became a timeless melody that echoed through the ages, It was a testament to the enduring power of love and the transformative power of words. As the fire burned down to glowing embers, Nergal concluded the chapter. And so, we end the words of love with the legacy of Enlil and Susin's love living on in the hearts of their people. Tomorrow, we shall explore new horizons in their tale as we embark on the next chapter. The children carried with them the tales of the potter, the lone tree, and the silent vase, each a symbol of the unspoken yet profound love between Enlil and Susin. In their hearts they held the hope that love, like the stories of old, could withstand the test of time and become a light for all to follow. As the Mesopotamian night draped itself across the city, the children once again surrounded Nergal, their faces illuminated by the gentle glow of the fire. The air was filled with anticipation, ready for the story to unfold further. Nergal, with a twinkle in his eye, resumed, "Let us delve deeper into the words of love, where humor, like a refreshing oasis, found its way into Enlil and Susin's tales, much like the playful antics of the god Enki in our ancient stories." Misharu, his curiosity piqued, asked, "Were their stories always serious, father?" "Not always," Nergal chuckled. "They knew the power of laughter. One tale told of a donkey who fancied himself a king. The donkey, dressed in royal garb, caused quite a stir in the market. It was a humorous reflection of how sometimes love makes us all feel like kings and queens, albeit sometimes looking as silly as a donkey in a headdress." The children laughed, imagining the scene. Mamitu, with a giggle, said, "I like that. Even in love, there's room for laughter." "Indeed," Nergal agreed. Their stories often mirrored life's lighter moments. Another tale spoke of a mischievous cat who would stealthily steal cream from the temple offerings. This cat, much like a clever lover, always found a way to get what it desired, despite the obstacles. Lamu, chuckling, commented, "That cat sounds like it could teach us a thing or two about getting what we want." Nergal nodded, his eyes sparkling with mirth. Just like the cat, Enlil and Susin found clever ways to express their love, even in the most challenging circumstances. Enkidu, finding joy in the tales, asked, "Did they ever make fun of themselves in their stories, Nergal?" "They did," Nergal said. One poem playfully mocked the king's inability to dance. It described how his two left feet were more suited for battles than for ballrooms. Susin, in reality, was indeed known for his less than graceful dancing. The children erupted in laughter, imagining the mighty king tripping over his feet. Nana, through giggles, asked, "What about Enlil? Did she have any quirks?" "She did," Nergal said, a playful tone in his voice. Enlil was notorious for her love of sweet figs. One story humorously recounted how a fig caused a great commotion in the temple when it fell from her robe, leading everyone to believe it was a sacred sign from the gods. The laughter around the fire grew as the children imagined the chaos caused by a simple fig. As their stories spread, the people of Mesopotamia began to find joy and laughter in their everyday lives, Nergal continued. Their tales reminded everyone that love, while profound, was also a source of joy and amusement. Misharu, his laughter subsiding, said, "Their love brought so much to the people, inspiration, hope, and now, laughter." "True," Nergal said. "Their impact was like the rain that brings life to the desert. And it was during this time that something remarkable happened. A playwright in the city, inspired by their tales, wrote a play. This play, full of wit and humor, was a celebration of love in all its forms, clumsy, mischievous, passionate, and tender." Mamitu, intrigued, inquired, "What was the play about, Father?" "It was about a baker and a stargazer who, despite their many differences, found love in the most comical of ways," Nergal explained. Their story, filled with mix-ups and mayhem, captured the hearts of all who watched. Lamu, his imagination alight, said, That sounds like a story I'd love to see. The play was a hit, Nergal said. It brought laughter and joy to the city, much needed during those times. And through this play, the essence of Enlil and Susin's love, their joy, their humor, their humanity, was celebrated. As the fire reduced to a warm glow, Nergal concluded, "And so, the words of love not only touched hearts, but also brought smiles to faces. It reminded everyone that love is not just a solemn journey, but also a delightful dance, sometimes clumsy, but always beautiful." Under the starry Mesopotamian sky, the children carried the joyous spirit of the story in their hearts. The tales of the Donkey King, the mischievous cat, the dancing king, and the fig from the heavens, all painted a picture of love's lighter side, a reminder that even in the grand tapestry of life, laughter has its golden thread. Nergal, watching their content faces, knew that the story of Enlil and Susin, with its blend of profundity and playfulness, had given them a glimpse into the heart of human experience, where love, in all its forms, is the most beautiful story of all. As the evening sky deepened to a rich tapestry of indigo and violet, the children nestled around Nergal, their eyes sparkling with the reflections of the crackling fire. The air was thick with the magic of Mesopotamia's ancient tales, and their hearts were ready for more of Enlil and Susin's story. Nergal, sensing their undivided attention, continued, "In our journey through the words of love, we see how Enlil and Susin's stories became woven into the fabric of daily life in Mesopotamia, much like the famous tapestries of our land." Misharu, his mind always seeking new horizons, asked, "Father, did their stories ever reach beyond the city, to other lands?" "Indeed they did," Nergal replied. "Traders and travelers carried these tales along the Silk Road, spreading them like seeds in the wind. In distant lands, people marveled at the wisdom and beauty of these stories, much like they marveled at the hanging gardens of Babylon, a wonder to behold." Mamitu, her imagination taking flight, inquired, "Did the stories change as they traveled, Father?" "They did," Nergal said. "Each storyteller added their own flavor, much like the way a simple recipe is transformed into a feast by different hands. In one land, the tale of the potter and the vase became a story of a weaver and a tapestry, each thread representing a moment of love. Lamu, his eyes wide with wonder, said, "It's like their love became a legend, traveling and growing with each telling." "Exactly," Nergal agreed. "And as these stories spread, they brought laughter, joy, and wisdom to many. In one kingdom, a story inspired a festival of love, where people would exchange tokens and recite poetry, celebrating the beauty of heartfelt connections." Enkimdu, his heart warmed by the thought, asked, "Did Enlil and Susin know about the impact of their tales?" "They did," Nergal said. "News of the festival reached them through a traveling minstrel. They were overjoyed to know that their secret bond had sparked such a celebration of love." Nana, thoughtful as ever, noted, "Their love was not just their own, but a gift to the world." Nergal nodded. "Their love, like the Euphrates, nourished the lands it touched. One of their most beloved tales was that of a humble shepherd and a wise owl. The shepherd, lost and alone, found guidance in the owl's wise words, much like how Enlil and Susin found guidance in their love for each other." Misharu, captivated by the imagery, said, "Their stories are like the stars in the sky, each one a beacon of light guiding us through the night." "Indeed," Nergal replied. And it was during this time of widespread joy and celebration that an unexpected turn of events occurred. A messenger from a distant land arrived in the city with an invitation for King Susin to attend a grand summit. It was an opportunity for him to share the wisdom of Mesopotamia, and perhaps, unknowingly, the wisdom of his and Enlil's love. Mamitu, her curiosity piqued, asked, "Did he go, Father?" "He did," Nergal said. But before leaving, he met with Enlil one last time in the temple gardens. Under the canopy of stars, they exchanged vows of eternal love and promised to continue writing their tales, no matter the distance between them. Lahmu, his young heart moved by their devotion, commented, "Their love was truly unbreakable." "It was," Nergal affirmed. And as Susin journeyed to the summit, carrying with him the tales of love and wisdom, Enlil stayed behind, her heart full of hope and longing. She continued to weave her stories, each a thread in the tapestry of their love, each a word in the words of love. As the fire dwindled to a soft glow, Nergal concluded the chapter. And so, we close the words of love, with Enlil and Susin's love echoing across lands and hearts. Their stories, a testament to the enduring power of love, became a legacy that transcended time and place. Tomorrow, we shall open a new chapter, the wedding day, where we will witness the blossoming of their love into a celebration like no other. The children carried with them the stories of the potter, the shepherd, and the wise owl, each a symbol of love's enduring power. In their hearts, they held the hope that love, like the tales of old, could withstand the test of time and become a beacon for all who seek its light. Nergal, watching their content faces, knew that the story of Enlil and Susin, with its blend of romance, wisdom, and humor, had given them a glimpse into the heart of human experience, where love, in all its forms, is the most beautiful story of all.